Hi everyone, today I'm going to be looking at a new shelter system that I got. It was sent out to me by Onewind. It's called the Survival Shelter. It's a very minimalist, ultra lightweight shelter. Keep the elements off you, keep the rain off you, keep the wind off you depending on how you position it. As I say, it's ultra lightweight, ultra small, packs down, and to be honest most of this is taken up with pegs. Onewind got in contact with me asking if I'd like to review one of their products, test it out, so I chose this because I thought it would be most fitting. They're mainly a hammock is their main product, various styles of hammocks. I've never used a hammock. Something I would definitely like to try in the future. It's definitely situations, especially in these types of forests here, where trying to find a nice level spot to pitch a tent or even get up one of these shelters here is quite difficult to do, and a hammock would be ideal because you have trees everywhere. But I don't know how well I would sleep in a hammock. Anyway, it comes in this nice wee bag. Inside the bag you have a bag for your pegs and all your guy ropes. So the guy ropes are orange. Help you see them, and the pegs are kind of like Allen key style, hexagon shape. They're actually quite lightweight. Not the best pegs in the world, I wouldn't imagine. I would prefer angle pegs myself. They hold a bit better, but these do the job just fine. I would say they're still better than basic round pegs, and they're a bit sturdier looking too. Your guy ropes, yeah, basic guy rope, orange. And there's this nifty little thing here. I didn't know what it was when I got the package at first. It kind of almost looks like a baby's dummy or something, but I found out it is a magnet, a very strong magnet. So one side, put this on the inside, and then you have basically a tie-out point that you can put anywhere on your tarp or your shelter. Something I would find this very useful, a very good idea. And it's not very heavy. Heavy-ish, but it's not. For how useful it would be, I would imagine it would be well worth having. Also in the bag is a kind of a little instruction manual, telling you your different tie-out points and how to sort of configure the shelter. I think there's 3 different ways there. Yeah. In all there is 10 tie-out points, and there's none in the middle of the shelter anywhere. So that's when I initially got this, I thought that was going to be a downside of it, but this solves that problem, and then you've no taped seams and nothing to worry about there. And then your other wee bag then is the shelter itself. This will be my first time using it, so unfortunately it's not rainy today or anything, so I'm not going to test the waterproofness of it, but we'll see how it does size wise and whatnot. It's a sil nylon, so as I say, it's very lightweight. You definitely want to keep this away from your fire and stuff, because a spark's going to go through it fairly easy. Just the initial look at the tie-out points. They're quite small, the holes, the loops, but they're very well stitched in, and I imagine there should be no issue. We'll get it up and have a look at it anyway. that's it up there. It's basically a tarp with edges really, or sides you would say. So you cannot got this side to cover you from the rain and the wind, and the other side down at the bottom. And as I say, it's basically just a tarp. So, and I have it set up there with two sticks, and I've absolutely no guy lines at all. There's enough tension. You can position them with enough tension that they hold themselves up. So that's a real plus point for me, because I really don't. If I can manage it at all, I like to have no guy lines at all anywhere. Now the only one I'm going to put up, just for the sake of showing you that wee magnet yoke and how it will tension the tarp in the middle. But there's enough tension on that tarp there at the minute that it's holding pretty straight anyway. But if you had rain, perhaps it would sag it down. So, but anyway, I'll put it on for argument's sake, and just to give me a bit more room inside as well. You'd be amazed how much more room when you tie out the middle of your tarp and pull it back a bit. It creates so much more room. It's quite shocking actually. So yeah, we'll do that anyway. But so far, I have to say I'm pretty pleased with it. There's loads of room in there. Those pegs are quite good. They're quite strong, and they're very lightweight. They grip quite well and stuff. So yeah, they're pretty good. Now they're not going to be obviously much good in sand or very soft ground or anything like that, but here they're perfect. There's loads of other there's kind of along the back at the bottom. There's 3 tie-out points. You have your 2 edges and 1 in the middle. That's plenty enough to get it out. You've got 3 tie-out points really along the top there, and then at the side you've 1 at the side and down the corner as well. Normally what's kind of recommended is you have a ridge line. It would make it a lot easier and quicker to set up, but I just couldn't get a spot and then the trees lined up right and whatnot, so that's just what I went with there, and it works very well. I'm very happy with it. Yeah, we'll get it tied out in the middle and see how it goes. So that's the wee boy there of it. It's tied onto a piece of cordon, and also this is elasticated. Just give it some give. I suppose if it was windy and stuff, very windy, it gives you that little bit give that's not going to, tear your tarp or whatever. So get this hooked up to a tree or whatever behind it. Now comes the tricky part, trying to get it by myself. Get one side on the tarp on the other side and so on. And give it a go. So anyway, there you can see, probably the light's not great here, but that's your wee magnet there. So if I hold this, see, pop it on and bam, and then you can pull that out. I'll pull it out enough for you to just bring it up away from yourself, give you a little bit more room. So yeah, really useful feature. Let's get it tied up. So all in all, it's a really nice wee shelter. It's pretty simple, basic, but it's very small, very lightweight, takes up hardly no room in your pack, but it does provide quite a good shelter there. And certainly for in forest and stuff like that, you don't need a great deal of all round protection, because usually the trees and stuff like that will give you some sort of shelter from the wind anyway. So yeah, that's really nice. Just those wee side edges give it a nice extra degree of protection from rain And what's even better about this shelter is it's not very overly expensive. I think it's around $45 if I remember correctly on their website, on Onewind's website. So you really can't go too far wrong. But as I say, it's very lightweight. You definitely want to keep it away from your fire. A spark would just go clean through that. It's strong. It's definitely very strong. Don't get me wrong, but it would definitely not take any sort of a spark. Same as any tarp, really, I suppose, other than a big heavyweight canvas one, I suppose. But for that you're paying the price of a lot of extra weight. So this is, if you want something to stick in your pack, give you peace of mind that you have some kind of shelter should things go wrong, this is definitely a great option. I'll stick a link in the description to it if you're interested. And as always, thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.